Boom.
Welcome back to Festival Tales Podcast. We're back. We're back in business.
Back in business. The technical difficulties are over. I'm an idiot. No, so that's why we had them. But we're back. So let's get this show on the road. Woo!
All right, you guys. So welcome back. I am your co-host Vibe with Ade. We got Babs here.
Yo, it's Babs.
And so we are just going to be sharing another story today. If you guys haven't submitted your stories, feel free to do so. We have the Google form in the show notes as always, and you can find us on Twitter and Instagram. Festival Tales Podcast. We are now up on all platforms, I think. I haven't checked Apple Podcasts yet, but we got on Spotify, so that was a pretty big deal. We finally got pushed through to Spotify, so we are pretty stoked about that. So thank you guys for the support so far and everything.
We are on... We are not on Apple Podcasts yet. Yeah.
Not yet.
Don't know why.
It'll come
Interesting,
soon.
but Spotify...
Fingers crossed, everyone.
Check us out.
Yeah. Becoming official. So I am going to go ahead and read this next story. She is a subscriber of mine, so this is really exciting. And someone that follows me, I think, for a while. So this is from Jillian. So she said, first, you can share my name and stuff. My Instagram is MillionJillian and my YouTube is Jillian Liner. Sorry for the grammar errors. I seriously suck. I just turned
I can't type
15 and I live in Florida. The Florida part is important.
Damn right. Let's go. Florida Rave fam represent. For those of you who don't know, I am part of that Florida Rave fam.
Yep.
We wilding out over here. Let's get it.
I saw an ad for this music festival called Clubhouse on my Instagram, and it said Steve Aoki was a headliner. I'd seen Steve Aoki in Florida, and it had changed my life. In parentheses, he chose me to go on stage with him. And I've loved EDM ever since, but my sister never saw him, so we had to go. So since I was 14, I had to ask my parents to go, but I knew they wouldn't let us drive from Florida to Maryland. So I talked with my sister, and we told my parents we were going to Orlando, which would only be like 3 hours from our house and right by my sister's college. Also, I told some of my friends from high school because I was really excited. So my sister picked me up early from school on a Friday, and we headed to Maryland. While we were driving that way, like 4 hours in, my mom calls and is like, where are y'all? I was like, on my way to Orlando. And my mom is like, show me the tickets right now and send me your location. Me and my sister start crying because we know she knows. So my mom basically tells us she got a call from somebody who works at my high school, and they told her we were going to Massachusetts, which we literally weren't. But anyways, so then we were crying and begging her to please let us go, but we can turn around if she wants. She is talking with us and is basically like, just go. And my dad walks in the house, so she hangs up. In parentheses, my mom is the cooler parent, you know. So then we try to figure out who told the fucking high school. And I remember that the guy who called my mom, his daughter sits behind me in art and probably told her dad for God knows whatever reason. Anyways, we drive straight from Florida to Maryland and get to the festival at 3 a.m. Get to the festival at 3 a.m. In parentheses, we were always early, sleep for a little, and get in line. Maybe she meant 3 p.m. I don't know.
We're Florida.
The festival was really fun, but since we were supposed to be in Orlando, we had to leave right after Steve Aoki finished his set and drive all the way back to Florida. Also, we had to pretend nothing happened because of my dad. LOL. He still doesn't know.
Oh my gosh. How old were they again at this point?
She said she had just turned 15.
That's wild.
Yeah.
How did you get into the... That's wild. That's some Florida shit right there. Oh, is it?
Maybe if it was an all-ages event?
That or you had a good fake ID already, which is just wild on its own, which sounds pretty Florida-ish. Or you had to, like, borrow an 18-year-old ID. That would work, too, just to get in. I mean, it's a rave.
Yeah.
You know, you've all seen those memes where it's like, drinks? No, thank you. I'll take it.
Driving that far for Steve Aoki, though, is, like, a pretty big...
The Yokester. You gotta be a big fan of the Yokester. I've never said that. Yeah, that's his new nickname.
I've never... Florida to Maryland.
Yeah, I've done that once. I've done the DC, which is a little bit lower, but like that's still a long drive. And then
How many hours was that?
Oh, you're gonna test my skills here. I don't remember. Maybe 12, 13? I'll look it up.
Yeah,
I'll figure it out. I know to Ohio from here it's 14, and that's a trip and a half because you stop and you do all that other stuff. You get food. Like,
Yeah.
it definitely takes all of what feels like 20 hours.
I know from Phoenix to here to Austin is 15.
Maryland.
And then I think Austin
14.
to Florida is like another 15.
14 from here.
Wow.
Yeah. That's
and then you had to drive right back. So that was like literally like an all-nighter thing. All-nighter, like 2-day thing. To drive there, go to the festival, and then drive back right after Steve Aoki ended.
That's wild to like... Just to the fact that like you left right at the end of the festival. I've only done that once where we legit like got home, we got back, festival ended, like got in the car, left, and it was like that was hell. Like I'll be straight honest, like that was not a fun drive home. That was not a fun 14 hours. Like just tired as hell. And then like I don't know about y'all, but like we were still lit. We were like drinking because we were at we had one person. One person was like, "I'll take the L today. Like, I'll just drive. Like, I want to drive first, get that shift out of the way. Like, whatever, I'll take it. So I'll start super early in the day, like right when we wake up, and you guys can start later in the day. And that way, when it ends, we just leave right after. I'll be sober, and that's what happened. And like, we were, like, we didn't sleep. Like, we were up like the first, like with the kid that was like, "I'll take first shift." So then, like, when it comes to our shift, we're like exhausted. Like, we're tired. It was the stupidest thing in the world to do. But like, no, that's like. I don't know. That's sticking it out right there. That's some hard shit right there.
Yeah.
But Florida fam represent. I mean, you know, we wild out here, so we do that. We don't give a fuck. We just drive. We're like, fuck it, let's just go. We'll go to Maryland, go for 5 hours, drive 14 more. Like, who cares?
I think something comparable I did that too was like maybe to go to LA randomly to go see Jaws. He was playing at the Palladium, I want to say. And that weekend was crazy. I think I went out to, this was like my senior year of college, so I like full sent everything my final semester of senior year because I had like
gotta live it up.
Barely any credits, and I was just like, I'm gonna say yes to everything and do whatever. So like I think that Friday I went to go see Blau at some club, and then like literally the next day was hungover, and then got in a car with my friends. We went to LA and then saw Jaws, and then after Jaws ended, drove right back. Didn't even stay in LA, just drove right back. And I think that was like a 6-hour drive.
That's not too bad. That's not too bad.
No, it wasn't too bad, but I was just kind of like, why? Now looking back, I'm like, I wish I had that energy.
Oh, for sure. I used to do like day trips, like 4 to 6 hours places away. Like I remember a couple times I would be like, because we're a Tampa area, and I'd be like to some friends like, "Oh, guys, you want to go to Miami?" And they'd be like, "What?" I'd be like, "Let's fucking go!" And then we just go for the day, and it's a 4.5 hour drive. Go down like beach, food, like hit it all up, and then come home. And like that is a solid chunk, 8 to 12 hours. Like that's a solid chunk of driving to just like go up for the day and then come back. Like, oh, we were here. Like it's the drive's the worst part of that. Obviously, I mean. So many, I don't know. I've done so many road trips to festivals that like I am at the point now where I'm like, you know, I work. I'm gonna just fly. Like I'm tired of this driving thing I have to keep doing.
Yeah.
Like, I remember this year the Lost Lands was supposed to get. I mean, obviously it wasn't supposed to get canceled. It did, but like all my friends were like, "Yeah, we're gonna just drive up," and I was like, "Oh, you guys can pick me up at the airport. Like I'm flying. Like I have the flights ready for this. Like let's go." Like it's just not.
It's nice when like the whole rave fam and rave group starts transitioning to like starting to have money from like their full-time jobs and stuff, and everyone's like, oh yeah, we'll fly.
It definitely changes. Like, it changes. First off, it doesn't just change the fact like how you get there. It also changes like just how the weekend itself can go. Like it can get a lot rowdier because now no one's broke. Like no one's no one's like, oh, I only have $5. Like I don't think I could get another drink. It's like no. Like, we all have money. Like okay, so this past weekend, believe it or not, like we did like a Couchland like party. I was just telling you about that beforehand. But like we all work. We had this plan for like a month. I am telling you, we had that fridge like stacked. Like we didn't even have enough room for everything, and we were just like it was just like one giant like party all weekend long of just like just going. Like I said, everyone's working, so everyone's got the money. Like everyone brought like shit. Like it was just like it was just fun. It was just like we were like, holy shit, we gotta do this more often because like now no one has to worry about anything. So it's like let's just ball out all together, like Airbnb, booze, like let's get it, let's ball out and just have a great time for the weekend and go home. Like who cares? Like that's fun. It definitely like changes your whole dynamic. You don't think about that when you're in college.
No.
You almost like I don't know, and this is maybe me, but like I thought like in college, my whole thought was like this is gonna be when this is gonna be the most party. Like I'm gonna live it up when I do this stuff because it's like that's when it's college. That's where I'm gonna make the most party memories. But like I'm out of college now. I'm working full time. My friends are working full time. I'm kind of like, I don't know. I think I can have a better party now. Like I might just be able to.
Because you have more money to do so, and more flexibility and stuff. I totally get that. I feel like same thing. So my rave fam, I was the mom of, and all of my like rave kids, I would say, they were all in two grades below me. So I've been waiting for them to like all graduate, get settled in their full-time jobs and stuff. And then I've like made friends with other groups that were like the same age as me and like we're working full-time and stuff. And like we've gathered for like I think a couple of festivals and like we've always been able to just like ball out and it's so fun. And the best thing, everyone has a bed now. That was the one thing. Everyone gets a bed now because like before we were cramming ourselves into like random hotel rooms, Airbnbs. Like it'd be an Airbnb for like 5 people. We'd fit 10 people in.
Exactly.
Like all this ridiculous stuff.
Yeah, it's like again, it's like same exact thing you're saying. This past weekend, we got enough. We like rented a place for like 12 of us. We all had our own bed. Like it was like there was no problem. Like it was like, all right, let's do this. Like let's go. And then like it's just a whole different level. Like you definitely don't think about it while you're in college because you think like this is when I'm gonna like remember these parties and whatnot. But I don't know. I mean, like early 20s. You got money, you're still like in that kind of college phase, but you're working full time, so you're like, all right, let's go. Like I only got 2 days to ball out. Like I gotta ball out these 2 days and like go crazy. I know I'm looking forward to like Vegas and stuff coming up if they happen, because I think we're gonna like ball out for that as well. Like it's in Vegas. Like let's get the mansion going. Let's get the party out. Let's get the after parties going. Like obviously not because it's during the day, but like. We'll see, people.
Yeah, my boyfriend's never been to Vegas, and he was like, well, we should do Camp BDC because everyone does Camp BDC. And I was like, but you've never been to Vegas. Like, we need to do, like, the Vegas experience, and then we can do Camp BDC, like, the next year.
I mean, you could do Camp BDC for the festival and then do, like, 2 or 3 days after in Vegas. Go wild.
Or before, or, like, EDC week, but... The only thing is because Camp EDC is already sold out that it's like going to be hard to come by anyway. So it's like probably should just bank on doing the hotel route. Unless we just happen to come by a tent.
We were discussing an RV just for like shits. We were going to fly out, I think, to Arizona, get an RV our way up and then like camp, which would be actually wouldn't be bad, like to go to all the parks and stuff like that. But we found a big house and I was like, we should definitely do this instead. Like I'm all for this. I will save up for this. I always told my friends, because I had a few friends, like I graduated a little bit earlier than like kids in my grade, so I had friends that graduated after me, and I would always tell them like, yo, like just save up, like just eat shit and save up like the first couple paychecks, like get a good like $2,000 under your belt, and then after that, like especially if you're living at home and you're saving up money, like once you save up like $2-3 grand, if you're living at home, like you could just go out on the weekend and just you don't worry. Like you just don't worry. I don't know about you, but like me personally, like not having to worry is what makes like the night more fun. Like having to like worry about like, oh my God, I spent $20 at this bar, I spent $30 at this bar, like whatever. Because it gets like, as you get older, like it gets expensive to go out. Like it just does. But like, I don't know how your college town was. Mine was stupid cheap. Mine was cheap. Too. Like $1 drinks, $10 all you can drink. Like
we knew all the deals. There's deals of the week, like
every day.
Happening every day. Like
every day of the week.
You know where to go for Taco Tuesday for cheap $1 tacos and margaritas. You know where to go for like cheap drinks on Wednesday. I think the Vine Wednesdays, that's what it was, for apple pie shots and like $1 well drinks. It was absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, then moving out here to Austin, it's like so expensive to go out. But like now my tolerance is so low that like I'm not spending nearly any money. Like I'm getting 2 drinks and I'm like good to go.
Well, that's beneficial. I wish I could say that about myself, but
I know.
nope. 2 drinks. 2 drinks. It's like, all right. Can I get a 4th and 5th one soon, please? Like, but no, I've always said that, and that's just, I don't know, like that's part of the fun. At least for me, is like I go out and you don't have to like. There's no worry.
Yeah.
Like you wake up and you like. Maybe you had a wilder night than normal and you're like, oh shit, I spent a little bit more, but like we're all good, like you know, whatever, like you don't have to worry. Like it's like the ease is just there. Like you just don't. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain it because I just like never wanted to be in that position of like, oh, I'm gonna worry about where I'm going. Like, and I have friends that are like that where they're like, oh, spot me for a drink, man. Like, and I'm like, sure, I guess. Like, I mean, it's not gonna hurt me, but they like never. I don't even know how they live that lifestyle, but to each his own, because they still have fun. I have fun, but like, yeah, I don't have to worry about shit. I love that. I love not worrying. It makes like the night so much easier.
Yeah, it's the best.
So
that's one thing, because this person was 15 when that happened. So it's like if you were older, you wouldn't even have to worry about your parents or like money or like having to do that drive.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, that's. You just go. You're like, I'm just going.
Yeah, you just go.
Like, oh, I took the time off work. I'm just going to go. Like, no one needs to know. And then also, like, whoever told your school and parents, like, yeah, they're like, fuck that. Like, fuck them. I've had a situation like that, too, where we had a girl at our school who we figured out, like, told her mom everything. And then her mom would, like, gossip with the other moms. Like it started like we started to like realize like this is like we can't tell like we can't say anything around you because like this shit's getting back. Like they had said something about me once. That's how I knew. That's how I figured it out. Was like my mom was like, "Are you like doing this?" And I was like, "No." I was like, "Where the hell did you get that from?" Actually, I'll just say it because it's on the podcast. Who cares? She like confronted me one day and was like, "This is not in high school. This was freshman year of college."
Okay.
Or sophomore year. One of the years of college. So she like confronted me one day. I came home and she's like, "Are you like dealing in college?" And I was like, "Excuse me?" I was like, "Mother, like what the fuck?" And she's like, I just like heard and like I don't want to be like, you know, I don't want to not know like about. And I was like, I'm not. I don't know who the fuck told you that. And then like the the trail hit me and I was like, I know somebody I know who thinks I am. Like, that's ridiculous. I know who that person is. And I was like, I'm never talking to that motherfucker again. I don't talk to that person at all. I'm like, I won't say a word to you. It's like, how does that happen? Where you're like, my mother. I had to deal with my mother.
How to get back to your mother.
That's when it's bad. When it gets back to your mom, it's bad because mom might be there for you, and then she just might, you know, explode on you, and I would never see the light of day. No, my mom was awesome.
Can't have that happen.
My mom was awesome, but like that, I was like, who's telling you this? Because I want to go beat them up because I don't know why that's true.
Yeah, I think the only thing that ever happened to me was like getting caught for sneaking out, but like the person we stayed with ratted out to the mom because obviously she like was probably going to get in trouble with the mom, and then the mom called all our moms and told them, and then I was like got in trouble for that.
Yeah,
I was like in middle school or something. We like snuck out and went and TP'd someone's house. That was like the most rebellious thing I've ever done, probably, and like while I was like living with my parents.
Yeah, I definitely was like a goody while I was with my parents.
Same.
Probably till like junior-ish, senior year of high school is when I started to be like doing more or like being able to get away with a little bit more. But in college, I was like, I'm on my own. Like I can be a little degenerate, I guess, right now. Like it's fine. Everyone goes through that phase. I mean, it's part of the.
I'm an only child, so like the reins were pretty tight on me and growing up. I feel like.
I had a half sister. My sister's like 10 years older than me though.
Okay.
So my dad like had been through all the like bullshit. So like and I look like the golden child. But yeah, I actually do remember one time we got caught in high school. It's like same kind of scenario. We went to like, we were saying we were at this friend's house for like New Year's or something. And then me and my other friend got invited to this other party, and we were like, we're just gonna go to that. And, like, whatever, we'll come back to the house we were supposed to be at, and like we'll still spend the night there, but like we're not gonna be there the whole night. And he goes, and I can't remember if it was his first time drinking or what. I don't even know. Then he just got obliterated, like just it's full on like just not good. And so I was the DD, and I just decided I was like taking him home. Or not taking him home, but taking him back to the other house. And when we got to the other house, he just started like puking. And of course, the kids at the other house were like, "What the fuck why are you bringing him here? Like, we're just trying to have a chill night, like a good time. Like, what the fuck's going on?" And of course, his mom, he didn't like answer his phone or something. His mom had no idea, and he like didn't answer his phone like 5 times in a row.
Oh my god.
And then she was like, "Something's up." And then she's like, "I'm coming to get you, like right now." And then we're like, "Oh fuck!" Like, she's coming to get him. And she came to get him, and he was fine. He was doing good. And he said he got all the way home, and he threw up in the driveway in her car. Like, and that was how he got caught. Like, it wasn't, he was like good. He was doing good, everything. He's like,
yeah.
He goes, "I was doing so well, and then I got there and I just let it out. I couldn't help it."
Oh.
I was like, oh god.
So close.
And then I was like dreading the next day. I was like, my parents are gonna fucking ream me, like it's bad. And my parents didn't say a word. They were like, "We heard you drove him." And I was like, "Yeah, I drove him. That was it." I was like, good. I thought I was gonna get in trouble. They were like, "All right, cool." But oh my god, it was a disaster.
That's so funny.
I think there's any other crazy stories of getting caught that I might have that won't get me in trouble.
I don't think I've had any other ones that were like too crazy. I did lose my wallet at one of my friend's house right before, I think this was my end of my junior year. This was right before I was about to go to Dallas for an internship. I lost my wallet with like my ID, my credit card, my parents' credit card, my debit card. Like, I thought I lost it, and I was like pretty hungover. It was like a really rough hangover, I remember. And my parents come and pick me up on campus because they live like 15 minutes, and they're like, "We're gonna find your wallet. Like, we're gonna take you back to that frat house that you were at. We're gonna find your wallet." And so I go back to the house, and I end up finding it. It was like right where I took a photo. Like, I set the wallet down and didn't pick the wallet back up after taking this photo. And my parents were like, "You're lucky that you found that wallet, because we don't know what we would have done." Because like they would have had to cancel their credit card, and like that would have messed up a whole bunch of stuff. And like it was right before I was about to move to Dallas for the summer for an internship. So that was like not my brightest moment. I think that was also my second time losing that would have been my second time losing their credit cards. So they were already like pretty mad about that. But
yeah, that's a big deal for parents. They don't like that.
No, they don't.
I feel like as a kid, you're like, I don't understand. Like, it's just a card, like that has money on it, and then they're like, "No, you don't understand." Like, I could lose $200,000. You're like, "Oh, I didn't know that was a thing, and didn't even know I had that much money on that card."
Yeah.
I could be doing so much more if I knew I had that much money.
Yeah.
I almost got in trouble once for fake ID. I can think of that story. I mean, I think time has passed long enough. Time has passed where I can't get in trouble. I don't know who told. Someone told my parents, because it wasn't like it was like they found it. It was like I was at college. I'm sitting there in my dorm, and I get a phone call, and it's my mom, and she's like, "What the fuck are you doing with all these with the fake ID, blah blah blah?" And I was like caught off guard. I was like, "What?" She was like, "I know, they blah 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 blah," and I was like, and I think it was because like I I definitely put it on my Snap story. I for a reason. I think it was because I was like helping my friend who was selling them. If I'm gonna, I was the middle person. I was like, hey, like if you need one, I have a friend, and that's all I'm gonna say. And then it got translated to my mom as, hey, your son has them and is selling them, and
oh my god.
and you should. I don't know who told. I still to this day I have no idea. I'm gonna put it out there. Whoever you are, you're on my shit list because I don't know who you are. And I was like, my mom called, was livid, and like, first off, my parents wise, my mom generally is the cooler one, and then my dad's like the strict one. So I was like, my mom was ballistic, and I was like, oh god, I was like, my dad's gonna fucking kill me. Like if my mom is this mad, I'm dead. Like I'm dead. And then my dad calls like 10 minutes after my mom and I get off the phone, and he's just like, so why do you have it? And I was like, I just had it. Like, yeah. And he's like, okay, just don't be stupid. And I was like, what? And he was like, just don't be stupid. Like, whatever, your mom's mad. Like, it's fine. And I was like, and I remember being like, excuse me? Like, you're supposed to be the mad one. She's supposed to be chill about it. Like, what is going on here? And he was just like, he's like, you're getting good grades. You're working. Like, I can't really be too mad. Just don't be an idiot. And I was like, all right. Like, I guess that's
wow.
Like, I'm doing everything right. Other than that, like, all right, I'll take it. Like, all day. But anyways,
my dad's normally the chill one, and then my mom would be kind of like the one that freaks out. But then whenever my dad did get mad, like that's when it was bad. Oh gosh, it was always scary.
Yeah, everyone's got that like the one parent where they just like, it's like don't. Like you can get mad at like with my mom. Like, mom, you can get as mad as you want. Like you just fucking scream at me. It's fine. Yeah. But I don't want to talk to my dad. Like I don't want to talk to my dad.
Like, whenever my mom would be like, "Well, you need to tell your father," I'm like,
I'd be like, "Oh, you can."
No, please don't.
Don't make me do that.
I was also the kind of kid that would like punish myself. Like, I don't know if you ever did that where you would be like, I know I did this, like something bad. I'm going to turn my phone in for a week. Or like, I would do stuff like that where I'd be like, I accept my grounding like now or something. I would like leave them like a note.
Okay. If it was something bad, I would try to get ahead of it. I actually would. Because in my head, I was like, if I just own up to this before they hear about it from somebody else, like I'm going to be better off. Yeah. But there's going to be a level of trust that's there. They're going to be like, okay, I'm disappointing you, but like, thank you for telling me, versus like, I hear it from somebody else.
Yeah,
and like,
exactly.
I've had
like lying about it. Yeah, and getting caught in the lie.
Oh, I'll be honest with you. I think that's one of the reasons why my parents like didn't get too worried about me or something, because I just would not. I've always, since day one, I was just like if they asked me directly, I was like, this is like that's it. Like like I just wouldn't even like. There was like, because in my head I was like, there's no point in lying. Like they're gonna just know. Like they're asking because they've heard. Like they've heard. Mm-hmm. There's a reason they're asking. So it's like, if it was true, I would just be like, yeah, like it just whatever. Like, yep. What do you want to do? What's punishment? Like it was just like, and it was like, but at the same time, like they never were like super harsh on me. Like I was able to still do what I wanted to do, and like because I don't know. Just shout out to all the people that might be listening that might need some advice on that. Like if your parents are strict, like maybe just try coming clean rather than lying. Like I don't know. Like maybe it might surprise you. It worked for me. I can tell you that. I had one scenario where I was at a festival actually, and one of our friends, who's a very close friend of like family friend, like he came out to like hang with me. So I, felt he ended up like at the medical tent, and it wasn't a good night. I'm not going to go into specifics. We'll share the story another time for this time's sake. But like he was at the medical tent, and I knew he did, and then he wanted to go to the hospital, like get checked and all that, and because he just wasn't sure. And I was like, okay, like his parents are going to know, like they're going to get a bill.
Yeah.
And he was like, just don't say anything, like please. And I was like, yeah, no, of course. And I went. I fucking told I called my my mom, and I was like, hey, I was like, you need to know this before. Because I don't want because they're family friends. Like, we're family friends. I was like, dude, you're stupid. Like, if your parents know, mine are going to know. So I just got ahead of it. Like, same thing. I got ahead of it. And I was like, hey, like, this and this happened. We took him and like to get checked and make sure he was good. And like, he's good. But like, you should know this before like it gets bad, and like here's the story of how it happened and blah blah blah. He was being
Yeah.
he was being really stupid at a festival, things you guys shouldn't do, but like that's why he ended up where he was. He was not doing smart things, but yeah, that's the story. I got ahead of that one. Woo. Anything else you want to add to this? Sorry. This is a good podcast.
I don't think
this is a good
so.
one.
This was a good one.
All right. That's it. That's all we got for this episode of the podcast, ladies and gents. Make sure to subscribe, write a review. We always appreciate that if you can. And make sure to submit your stories to the Google forum. We could use any story you have. You could rewrite another one if you have a second story. There's unlimited submissions, so go ahead and share those stories with us. We love sharing them with you guys.
And you can do it anonymously. This one decided to give their name away, but if you want to do it anonymously, that's also great as well. Thanks for tuning in, guys. So we'll see you on the next one.
Peace.
Bye.